On Your Side Tonight with Jamie Bold starts now.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us at 7:30. Campaign 2024 front and center in the Carolinas tonight. Former President Donald Trump in Rock Hill on the eve of the South Carolina Republican primary.
Tomorrow we're going to win this state, and then we're going to tell crooked Joe Biden, you're fired. Get out of here. You're fired.
Meantime, his opponent, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley's in the Charleston area. She's speaking in Mount Pleasant tonight. Earlier today, she was in Moncks Corner.
Donald Trump cannot win a general election. Look at every single poll. He's down by 5. He's down by 7. There was a Marquette poll that came out this week. He was margin of error, dead even with Joe Biden. In that same poll and all the other ones, in that Marquette poll, I defeat Joe Biden by 18 points.
Now, speaking practically, Haley needs an impressive showing tomorrow. Trump easily won Iowa and New Hampshire, and he's expected to make it 3 for 3 in the South Carolina primary tomorrow. A Winthrop University poll released just over a week ago, in fact, shows the former president now with a 29-point lead. The poll of likely voters, you see it here, has him at 65%. The former governor, Nikki Haley, is at 36%. And if you drill down a bit, you will see the two are actually neck and neck when it comes to independent voters. Trump at 42.6%, Haley just behind at 42.3%. The big difference is in Republican voters. Trump there has a nearly 50-point lead, 72 to 24%. Earlier today, our Dedrick Russell popped into a diner in Rock Hill to get a sense of what voters are thinking on the eve of the primary.
Why do you think she will be a good president?
She's coherent.
Why are you a Trump fan?
I just feel like he did a wonderful job when he was in control.
I'm a Democrat.
And why are you for Biden?
He's implemented more things than I've seen done in a very long time.
Now, it's important to note here, the results tomorrow won't officially end anything, and here's why. Remember, securing the nomination is all about winning delegates. A Republican candidate needs 1,215 to win the nomination. So far, very early in the process, see the numbers there. Donald Trump was 63. Nikki Haley right now has 17. In South Carolina tomorrow, 50 delegates are at stake. 29 of those will go to whomever has the most statewide votes tomorrow. The other 21 then are going to be divided up by the state's 7 congressional districts. A candidate gets 3 delegates for each district that they win. Most think Haley has to win at least some of those delegates tomorrow.
It really puts a lot of pressure on her to perform very well in her home state of South Carolina, or people just aren't going to take her candidacy seriously.
But again, even if someone wins all 50 delegates up for grabs tomorrow, they're going to be nowhere near that 1,215 needed for the nomination. But getting there might not be too far off. Super Tuesday is coming March 5th. Voters in 15 states, including North Carolina, will vote that day. 874 GOP delegates will be available on that one day alone. Again, not quite enough to clinch, but it is getting close at that point. The nomination could be clinched the very next week, March 12th, when 4 more states vote, including Georgia. Polls in South Carolina open tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. They close at 7 p.m. Any registered voter who did not vote in the Democratic primary earlier this month is eligible to vote. Keep it here on WBTV, WBTV.com, our news app as well, for election results as they come in tomorrow night. We're on your side tonight, digging deeper into an investigation at Trails, Carolina. It's a North Carolina wilderness camp that bills itself as a therapeutic wilderness program for troubled children. It's where a 12-year-old boy died earlier this month, the second child to die at the camp in a decade. Last night at 6 o'clock, a former participant of a camp shared her story for the first time. Clara Mann filed a lawsuit against the camp. It details allegations of being sexually assaulted by another female camper. Not once, the lawsuit says twice.
Being 14 and a very late bloomer, I was mostly just embarrassed about what had happened to me. I somehow thought it was my fault.
So you tell Trail staff, they don't call police, they don't call your parents, they really don't do anything?
No, they did not do much at all.
Lawyers for Trails have responded in court to man's lawsuit. They deny the allegations. And our chief investigative reporter, Nick Oxner, joins us here in studio to talk more about this. First off, any updates on the investigation into the 12-year-old's death?
Yes, we don't really know a ton more information right now. I just spoke yesterday or earlier this week with detectives, and they're basically in a holding pattern until they can get that autopsy result back. And once they get that, sounds like they'll be able to really move forward in the investigation.
I know you've been talking to participants who've been at this camp prior. How are they reacting to this news?
Yeah, so it's interesting. Most of the folks that I've talked to said, well, first they were saddened, but they then said they weren't surprised, just given their own experiences at the camp. And each of them, you know, has kind of their own thoughts and theories on what may have happened leading up to this boy's death.
Walk us through some of the common threads that they're bringing up with their experiences and how it relates.
Yeah, so one of the first things here is that most people want to talk about something called the burrito, and that's a sleeping position that campers are in, that essentially you're put into a bivy bag and then rolled in a tarp, and then a staff member slept on the tarp. What we know from the search warrant in the death of the 12-year-old, it sounds like maybe they've modified the burrito a little bit to take out the staff member sleeping on you, and they've added an alarm so you can't really move. But either way, that's a common theme. Another common theme is that everyone I talk with, I ask on camera, how much therapy did you get at this wilderness therapy program? And each of them say 45 minutes to an hour a week. A week. That's it.
Was that common from just recently, or was that kind of over the years?
So, you know, I've been reporting the story for 3 years now, and that's when the folks I talked to in 2021, the folks that I've talked to today, everyone, an hour at most a week.
Our Nick Oxner has been digging into this. I know you'll continue to ask questions about it as information comes in. Read all of his work by going to our website, wbtv.com. Nick, thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up next here on Your Side Tonight. Tonight, you'll meet Lee Newton and learn about her fascinating journey to reach the ultimate dream in country music. Carolina Camera is next. Lisa.
We finally made it to the weekend. A cool start, dry start, but then we're going to get ready for more of those